You remember what my floors look like, right? And the bathroom, and the non-existent kitchen. Well, besides a lot of work, a lot of patience, and a lot of prayer, they're going to need a lot of tiles. Now, true story, the first quotation I got for my property was the tile quote. Why? Well, tiles are the foundation of good design, but also tiling is going to take up a significant part of my budget. So I wanted to get an early start and I wanted to talk to a pro. So we're going to talk to a pro. I'm Kelly Johnley, this is Bajan Renovation, and we are at Terrific Tiles. When you're tiling many surfaces, it can seem overwhelming, and that's why we're speaking to a pro. If you don't know the name, I'm sure you know the face. So I'm speaking with Teile. She helped me with my tiles, and she's going to help you with yours. Teile, where do we even start when we are bursting with ideas and we have all of our questions and we have a tiling project? Where do we start with it?
The first place to start, to my mind, is to go on Pinterest, go on the internet, try to pinpoint what your taste is. It's hard to come in to a showroom this size with so many options and not have a very good idea of what you're looking for.
Okay, so we're looking for inspiration.
Yeah, you need inspiration. So I find Pinterest is extremely good. I even have the app on my phone, and I myself get inspired by Pinterest.
So it's okay if I have some pictures saved on my phone, I can bring them to the showroom and say, hey, this is what I'm looking at.
Definitely.
Or if, I have a curtain and this is, the star of my room and I want,
so that's your
I like
focal point.
colors, I like these colors. Or if I have a paint swatch that I really like, I can bring those in here and say, hey, I need some tiles that helps to bring this together.
All of that helps.
Okay.
It helps because the space has to be cohesive.
Okay.
So you have to be able to pull together all of those elements. So the more you can bring with you, the better. It helps. It makes life a lot easier.
Okay, so I have my inspiration, and one thing I find we are very good at as women is gathering our inspiration. Now that we have a look and a feel, what else do you need?
I need square footages, so realistically I would prefer not to just have a plan, because sometimes things vary from a plan. I would prefer if the structure is built that you actually have physical measurements. So we want, for like a bathroom, we want like running feet by height to calculate bathroom tile, and we want square footages for the floors. For example, I would want the square footage for the internal floor separate from the square footage of the external areas, like the patios, etc.
This sounds very professional. You would prefer if a professional measured this, or me, I might take measure?
There are some people who are very good at this, hands-on, but most people, I think that the best thing to do is to get a professional tiler to come and measure.
I was already told that people like me who did not do technical drawing or woodwork at CXC level should not go about measuring the floors, okay? So if you fall into this category, please let a professional measure them for Teile so that she does not have to quarrel with you the way she quarreled with me. Because yes, I did come in here and she asked me how big was it, and I was like, from about here to here. And needless to say, this took a while. You can do better than I did. So we have inspiration and we have measurements. But budget. I know when you're doing a small space, the cost of tiles could be negligible, but I'm doing the floors, I am doing counters, people are also doing bathroom walls, like floor to ceiling bathroom walls. How do we manage this budget?
I think being realistic, you really need a spreadsheet. You really need to sit down and plug figures in. I have a very good idea as to your costs. So normally if you have a contractor, the contractor within the contract would tell you what the allotment for tiles per square foot would be. Some people manage their own projects for whatever reason, and they normally would have, within the spreadsheet, they would work out a figure that would let them know the cost per square foot that the budget of the tile needs to be within. Okay,
well, one thing I like about working with Terrific Tiles on my house is the options, because I find that even if you have your inspo idea, there are several options that can give me that look and feel, because I know at one point, having chosen the most expensive tile in the store, because I have that special gift, I was able to come back down and have that, I was able to come back down and say, hey, maybe not this at this quantity for this size, but how about these? And I didn't feel shortchanged, you know, because there really is a lot in here.
But not only that, a lot in stock.
A lot in stock. So that is the thing, because we have all heard the logistical issues, you know, that plague the world right now. And there is nothing like placing an order for something and having to wait 4 to 6 months or almost a year to get it. What is in the showroom is what you have in stock.
I have physically in stock that someone could come in, order it, pay for it, they could go and collect it, or send someone to collect it, or it can be delivered.
And you have some popular ones that are always here.
Yeah, there's things that are basic staples that are always in stock. But truthfully too, I also every month add new stock.
Okay.
So because you want things to continue to be fresh.
Yes.
You want to add different things to the mix.
Okay, great. So we have our budget covered, we have our measurements, and we have our inspiration. So all we need to really do now is shop. Okay, Teile, so we have our measurements, we've brought our design inspo, we have a budget in mind, and we're ready to choose. What is trending in tiles?
Right now, I find people are very interested in large format tiles in both marble effects, wood effect, and also in cement effect tile.
So that's large format. Now, how big is big? Come on, show me.
This is the average size. I would say people will start in a large format. That's a 2x4, but you can get as large as a 120 by 120 cm, which I can show you.
Which is pretty big.
Which is pretty big. Look, let me show you what I mean. This is a really large format tile. That's 120 by 120 cm.
Where are people using these tiles?
Most people who buy these put these on main floors. They're heavy. They're heavy. But
these are for main floors?
Main floors. I have a client right now who is using it on a bathroom wall, master bathroom. And actually what we're using it on both the bathroom wall and on the floor as well.
Okay, great. Is there any particular reason why? Is it just because it looks good? Because I mean, they do look really good. Is it budget? Is it easier to work with? What?
I don't think it is about the budget. In terms of large formats like this, it's about the aesthetics. It's about the fact that you have less joints or seams.
Yes.
So it's a seamless, clean look. And honestly, when it's installed and it's done well, it is really beautiful.
Okay, tell me what else. So we're doing large format tiles, and what else are people looking for?
Encaustic tiles. So tiles that have a pattern, but interestingly classic and sometimes funky patterns. People put these on backsplashes in kitchens, the faces of bars. They put them on bathroom floors. Some people use it in a niche, like what we would call the cutout in the wall. Yeah. So there are many different purposes for tiles like this, but this is what we call added funk.
I think these are the kind of tiles you see when people come with their inspiration.
Yes.
You know, I think a lot of times people are not sure how to get a look, and then you come in here and you see something and it's like, that's it. How do I get it? How do I put it on? So these are encaustic tiles.
But to be fair, I find that most people who come looking for these actually went on to something like Pinterest.
Yes.
So they would have gone on Pinterest, seen the use of them, and then come in.
They bring their inspo.
Yeah, that's the inspiration.
Okay, good. Well, it's a good thing you have them near the door.
Correct.
Okay, great. So we have the large format tiles, the encaustic tiles. I learned a new word today. Now, I know about the wood finish tiles because you helped me choose mine.
Correct.
Tell me, why do you think these are trending?
But this particular wood effect tile is a herringbone effect, but it's in a large format. So what it does, it makes it easier to lay, because to lay a herringbone tends to be a little bit more tedious and costly. Yes. And not only that, you waste a lot. But the tile is actually made into the herringbone design. Right. So what you can actually do, all you have to do is stack them together.
Yes.
And you have an entire herringbone effect floor.
Well, I just learned something that is causing me to reevaluate all of my life choices. We were talking about the types of tile. Now, I've always heard about ceramic and I've heard about porcelain. What is this wonder here?
This is PVC flooring.
Tell the people about PVC flooring.
The benefit of PVC flooring is that you can put this on top of a concrete floor or on top of existing tiles as well. So in other words, if I wanted to make a cosmetic change and do it quickly, I can easily put this on top of my existing floor without having to dig up the floor, the dust flying all over the place in the house. So it's a very quick change.
Am I the
but
only
it's
person
durable.
that did not know about this?
I don't think as many people know about it, but not as many as should.
But that just seems like so much easier. So, okay, question. I'm seeing this here as a plank. So it has grooves. It comes, when it comes to me.
It comes in the length like a wood plank tile, so it's about 8 inches by 4 foot long. And we do 2 versions, both the interlocking or click and also the glued version. In other words, where we can glue the pieces down. Some people prefer it glued,
right.
Some people prefer interlocking.
So if I have a home renovation project and I've been avoiding changing the tiles because I just don't want the mess, I just don't want that level of construction, I can come in here and get a quote for PVC.
Correct, but what I would say, make sure that the existing tiles are sound, are done properly. In other words, you don't want to put down PVC on top of a floor that might have issues, that might be blowing. So you want to make sure the floor is down firmly first.
Yes.
And once you guarantee that, go ahead. What you would do is that you would put you could put a layer of underlay first, because we sell that as well, and then lay the PVC on top. And what holds it in place is the skirting. We carry the skirtings to match, the reducers, which allow you to transition from, so say I was only doing the kitchen and not the other areas. We have the reducers that allow you to transition from one area to the other, the stair noses. So if you want to go and carry up a staircase, we have the ends, the noses that you can put on the ends of the staircase to make it all look flush.
I hope you all appreciating this hard work I am doing for you all, okay? My whole place has to be tiled, but for those of you avoiding tiling because you don't want the mess, you are welcome. I am going to now take a look at the ceramic and porcelain tiles because that is what's coming into my house that has nothing. So we just looked at the PVC tiles, but I know about porcelain and ceramic. What's the big difference? Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Ceramic tile is made of red clay. It is durable, but it is of a soft material. Porcelain tiles are made harder, so they're more durable. However, porcelain tiles cost more than ceramic tiles. So the reality is we have to have both options because you have to be able to meet people where they're at.
Okay, and I know you guys have a lot of options in terms of finishes. So when people make the choice, is it really just guided by budget or the style of tile?
People are guided by their likes, their taste, their style, but they also have to live in the real world where there's a budget. So I mean, what they can do is, as I said, some people have a spreadsheet and they're able to pinpoint their budget. Or if there's a contractor, normally the contractor will tell them the budget allotted within the contract. So then they bring that information and then we find options that can work. Yeah, it guides them because you have to be realistic.
So if I'm not doing a whole house of porcelain, right, would you suggest porcelain tiles for any specific areas?
The main area to me that you really need a porcelain tile is the kitchen and perhaps the living room area, because those are the areas that are high traffic. Not only that, you drop things. So if you're going to drop pots, pans, plates, utensils, you really need something that could take a ding. But the problem is, I find that ceramic, to be fair, in a kitchen, it doesn't take the wear and tear of that area.
So if we're doing our kitchen for sure, we need to work with.
I would buy a porcelain tile. If I had to tell you, I would
pick and choose.
Area. Yes, I would put the ceramic tile in the bedrooms because the bedroom area, to tell you the truth, there's a door, so it's closed off and there's not a lot of traffic in there.
Yes.
But the main areas, I would buy porcelain for the kitchen, living room, dining room, and the corridor. So that, you know, it creates the impression or the illusion that it's continuous. And then when you open the bedroom doors, you can buy ceramic. Yeah, you could do a chain.
I learned so many things today. Okay. Well, now you know where to start. We're up on our trends. You know the difference between the PVC, the porcelain, and the ceramic tiles. And we got some tips for managing our budget. So guess what? I already chose my tiles. I have made sure they have put them aside. So stick around. You'll see when they get to the house.